Hello again, guys. This is Christine, and I'm here with another video. And I want to concentrate again today on one specific red flag and go a little bit more in depth with this red flag. And I mentioned it earlier in my other video when I outlined the different red flags, but I only kind of named them off and kind of listed them off. So I didn't go too much in depth. And so I find it's really important for people to actually kind of be able to recognize the behaviors that these red flags come with. And so this one, for example, I'm going to talk about don't date potential. A lot of people will go into relationships and they will like what the person looks like and they will like how they make them feel, and they forget everything else. The person could be, like have no potential whatsoever, but they think that somehow this person is going to change. So here are some of the behaviors that I would suggest that you really pay attention to while you're dating. Does this person, when you're speaking, and that's why I always say in a relationship, guys, go slow. There's no rush. The tendency is for people to rush into relationships, and then by the time they look around, they're in this relationship where they realize they're so unhappy in. So therefore, guys, take your time, get to know this person, get to know what they're about, what their goals are, what their dreams are, to see if this is going to match up with what your goals and dreams are for your life. Because the hottie thing is going to fade eventually, and if you find yourself with someone who are like, they have different goals and different life values and all that kind of stuff than you do, it's going to cause issues in your relationship. I know that most people don't think that far ahead, but you need to, because this is your life and this is your happiness. In relationships can be a bitch. They can make you very unhappy if you're with the wrong person. So guys, be very careful in how you choose your partners, because this is your happiness you're talking about, okay? So the first thing I would say is to find out, and of course you're not going to grill the person, drill them with these questions. It's in them, that's why I say go slow. It's in the, way you talk, and you ask questions, and you find out, you hear them talk too. They will tell you, right? If the things about them that can be a red flag. So the first thing, if you find that this person they have no goals for their future, they have no plans, they're just kind of taking everything one day at a time. And if you ask them, they'll say, oh, whatever happens, whatever will be, que sera, sera, sort of thing. They have no goals to go to school. They have no goals for their to start a business. They have no goals to travel or do things that will, kind of broaden their minds. They have no goals to learn anything new. So listen to when they talk. A lot of people will tell you these things without you even asking. Just listen, right? The next thing is that they speak only of their past disappointments. They might even speak about their relationships and how everything went wrong in that. And by the way, guys, when you hear them talking about relationships and nothing is ever their fault, and it's always the fault of the other person, red flag. Okay, nothing is ever their fault. It was always the fault of the other person. That's why they left. They did this and they did whatever it might be. And also, if they speak really badly about their past partners, that's a red flag too, because that could be you a couple of months or years or whatever it is, how long it takes down the line. If you find that this person that you're dating is not passionate about anything, nothing lights them up, they're not passionate about nothing, they have no passion, right? It's kind of hard to believe, but yeah, there are people like that. They have no passion, and there's nothing. They don't have any dreams. They don't have any goals for their lives. They don't even have an activity or a hobby that they're passionate about. Nothing. They're just like taking up space, as far as I can say. It's gonna sound bad, but it's like they're just taking up space. It's they're not contributing anything to life or to the world, and they're not interested in contributing anything to anything, right? They're just kind of like very dispassionate about everything. So the next thing is uh, they will blame circumstances and their past and everybody else for whatever it is that they find themselves in now. This is what this happened, so that's why I'm not successful. This happened, that's why I'm this. This happened, that's why I'm this. This why, you know, there's always an excuse for something, for everything that they have not been able to accomplish. There's always an excuse. And so you know, this person is always going to find fault. There's nothing that they have no power, basically. They've given their power away to all of these things that they attribute the lack of their success to. The next thing is they're not interested. They're really not interested in learning or growing or trying to do anything about it, about where they are. Right? They want to learn. They don't want to learn anything new. They're not interested in learning a new language. They're not interested in reading books to learn anything from that. They might just sit on the sofa watching TV all day, and all they watch, it could be the news, it could be sitcoms, it could be, that's it, right? They're not interested in growing themselves to become a better person. They're not interested in any of that. They're over 30, or you could even say 25, and they're still living with their parents. They're still living with their parents, or they're in an apartment sharing, unless they're in school, guys, and unless they're in college and they're still not working and earning an income. They shouldn't have like 50 million roommates, you know, and sleeping on a couch somewhere. If you get in a relationship, where they're going to put you? Where are you going to be? I mean, if they can't even provide for themselves, how are they going to provide for you? Okay? So you're going to be the one taking care of them, by the way, if that happens. You're going to be the one paying the bills and doing everything. It's not going to be a 50-50 thing. Nah. So I hope you get that, right? The next thing is they've never had a steady job. Now, if you meet somebody at that age and stage, and they've never had a steady job, they're always bouncing around from one job to the next, always cannot keep a job. First of all, there's something that's wrong with them. They cannot either get along with people, or they feel they're too good to work at some place, or whatever it is. They don't have that consistency with anything. They can't stick anything out. That's a red flag, okay? Because you're going to be supporting them. You're going to be their sugar mama. Okay, the next one is they also do the same thing with their relationships, skipping from job to job, skipping from relationship to relationship. You're not going to be the one to make them stay, okay? This is something with them that they have to take care of. So don't believe that you're going to be so sexy and so nice and so beautiful and so gorgeous and so whatever it is, that they're going to now all of a sudden pick themselves up and go, oh my God, I should go and really keep this job, because you know I have to support someone. I have to kind of contribute to something. No. Don't date potential. That is what I'm trying to tell you here, okay? The next thing is they speak badly of all their exes. As I mentioned before, nothing is ever their fault. Nothing. You know, everything is always the partner's fault. And I'm not saying, guys, that it could be, you know, the fault could be with the other person, a lot of it. But the fact that you stayed in that relationship, that's your fault. The fact that you did not put up your boundaries at the beginning, that's your fault. The fact that you even allow this person to be in your life, that's your fault. So, I mean, there are certain things that is your fault. So it's not going to be just one person's fault. Okay? The next thing is, if they can't put a proper sentence together, or, you know, I don't know, maybe this doesn't apply to everyone, but for me, if somebody can't put a proper sentence together and have a discussion with someone, I don't see the potential for them to be anything else than where they are right now, right? So therefore, if that is you, then that would be a red flag for you, okay? Um, Also, if somebody is not willing to learn, as I mentioned before, not, you know, if this person can't put a proper sentence right now, and they're actually willing to learn, and you see them put in their thing, but don't marry them before that. No, don't, because they could tell you they're going to do it, and then, you know, when they're settled into some relationship, then they stop, right? They just do it to get you. So you have to be really careful, guys. You have to be really careful that you don't believe that. Don't get all this hot and all these hormones flying all over the place, and you can't think straight, and then you go and you go, and not only do you date somebody that has no potential, but then you end up in a relationship with, you have a kid with them. You end up taking care of the kid, by your child, by yourself. You end up being by yourself all the time because this person is lying on a couch somewhere, or they're out playing with their, partying with their friends. Or so don't marry potential, don't date potential, because you don't want to end up marrying potential, because that's like you're marrying your son. That's not a husband or whatever. That's like you're having another son that you're going to have to take care of. Okay, guys? So this is Christine. I want to end it there. I'll come up with some more red flags and more in more detail. And please like and share this video if you find something that you learned and that you figure that somebody else might want to hear. Please share it with your friends, and also please subscribe to the channel so that as soon as I do I get more videos uploaded, that you can get that notification. So guys, I appreciate you listening to me. Please support my channel by liking, sharing, and because it takes me time to make all of this. It takes time to get all this. I'm consistently studying and learning things so that I can help you with your relationships. So I would really appreciate if you could also help me just by sharing and liking and subscribing to my channel. Okay guys, have a great day, and I'll catch you in another video. Take care. Bye.